Hello, and welcome to F1 2019 PSGL social race in Mexico. I'm your host today, Mr. the one, the only Lordy-MK, also known as Lordy Boy for those F1 veterans around here. On a Wednesday evening, it's not the best night, is it really, for an F1 race? But I've got nothing better to do, so let's get on with it. Just thought we'd start a bit early. I can see a couple of viewers already tuning in tonight just to hear my voice, not to hear these people. They don't want to see drivers, they want to hear my voice. And I'm not joined by anyone at the moment, just myself. Hopefully that stays the same throughout the entire race. I don't want anybody disrupting me during my stream. Anyway, just thought I'd run you through the grid. Only 17 drivers here at the moment, so there should be some late arrivals coming soon. Don't know who they may be, but we will run through the grid anyway. From what I can see on the screen, Big C in the Ferrari, 7-time champion, because nobody knows he's won 7 titles because he doesn't tell anybody. Then we've got lovely the bomb. Let's hope there's no explosions on track from the bomb. 1154, probably the number of victims he's had in his explosions, But anyway, lovely racer, also called, might refer to him as racer during the race, in the McLaren. We have AMS97F1. Everybody loves the new director, the new established director of the PSGL League. He is in the Red Bull Racing. We have LR Lewis in the Mercedes AMG Petronas. LR Lewis, the king of salt when it comes to pro clubs. I am a very fond member of the pro clubs team. I'm also the captain and manager, if any of you care, which you probably don't. As we move on to Bugatti 03062, a lot of numbers. Jesus guys, bloody hell, it's not bloody maths lesson. Jesus, what's this? Algebra? Fucking hell. Anyway, he's in the Alfa Romeo Racing. Obviously, like I say, good friends of Bugatti as well. Moving on, Jacob Tex in the Toro Rosso, hoping to stir and ruffle a few feathers. Ugi Azim, long-standing member of PSGL, the king of bottle jobs. Do love you, Ugi. The Rawalpindi Express, as he's been well known to be called. Then we have Lickle Blocks, also in the Alfa Romeo Racing. Ugi was in the Red Bull. You can see probably with your own eyes, but I forgot to mention. Lickle in the Alfa Romeo Racing as well. Good old Lickle. Took me out 2017, Blanchimont. Famous moment, shouted Lordy down the mic like a child. But then again, we do love a bit of Lickle. Moving on to VSR Lambo in the Haas. Haven't really heard him talk much. Seems to be a quick driver. Let's see what he can do. Then we've got CC Brain, the German maestro himself, in the McLaren. CC Brain hoping to impress in this social race, even though it means absolutely nothing and it's just for fun, hoping to impress good old CC Brain. Then moving on, Rafa. As people may know, we had some Twitter beef a couple of days ago, but we've resolved our differences. He knows I'm a better driver, so yeah, there you go. Hello Rafa, enjoy yourself in the Renault. Going further down the grid, Cablo, the FE Championship leader for approximately every single race bar the last 2. He had so many championship points it was hard to count, and then he bottled it. Isn't that right, Cablo? I'm joking. Cablo in the Renault tonight as well, hoping to get some solid points on the board for this social race, just to reiterate that. TTG Ollie, too many TTGs around, there's probably a few in this lobby, you'll see. He's in the Racing Point, and the Pink Panther, the Pink Bandit, let's hope you don't go for no dive bombs, because you've got the likes of Game Freaker in the Williams who want to get on with things and sort things out. Good old Game Freaker, raced with him in F4, he's a good lad. He's prone to some silly mistakes, but Game Freak has always been consistent, always been solid, and very what's the word? Accomplished, should we say. As we said, more TTGs, they're everywhere, they're like a disease. TTG Pope in the Haas, Obviously the lobby's getting underway now, so we'll try and speed things up. TCG Poe in the Haas. We've got Samster F1 in the Racing Point. We've already mentioned the bomb. Cherry 2-pot Cameron Henderson, also known as Restart after the Austria social race. He will be starting in the McLaren. Maxi Luca, the goat's cheese of the league. We've also got Duo Finn in the Williams and Lewis in, I think, was the other Racing Point. Obviously I'll get the chat up in a minute. Just want to get, you know, the phlegm out of the throat. Just getting warmed up. But no, it should be a fun social race. Here we are around Mexico. I got told the name of it earlier. Autodromo Hernandez Rodriguez. I don't bloody know, mate. I don't know, it says Mexico. That's how I know it's Mexico. But yeah, it's a grandstand section. Do you know why it is? Because it's a big grandstand going all the way around. Yeah. But, you know, on a Wednesday night, not too many viewers tonight. You know, it's been a slow Wednesday. It's been quite slow. You know, playing F1, playing FIFA, going to work, going to the gym. You know, nice and slow. The time just ticks by second by second. My life is wasted. I'm only joking. I do enjoy these commentaries, especially when I'm on my own. Fabulous. Get to talk to myself. It's great. And here we are. Please wait. Oh, I'm a patient man. I'll wait as long as needed. As here we are, lap 1 of 3 it says. Oh no, it's switched to qualifying. I was going to say, 3 lap races. Not exactly what we were doing tonight, but... Oh no, Lewis was actually in the Mercedes. I did say he was in the Racing Point, so apologies there. Samster's in the other Racing Point, I do believe. Yes, he is. So, nobody going out yet. I think people are, you know, a bit scared, a bit nervous. The hands are shaking. A few, you know, oldies in the chat and in the lobby. You know, the arthritis kicking in, I imagine, for some of these drivers. As we see a Ferrari exiting on track, I do believe it is. Who is that then? Who is that? Who's in the Ferrari? Who's exited the pit lane? We're not bothered who's exited the pit lane because we're going to be on board with Louis. It's AMS in the Ferrari. Ooh, quite a slick helmet. AMS rocking the number 81. Maybe that's how many women he slept with. We don't know. AMS is a bit of a player with no mic. Silent but sinister. Good old AMS. You know what he's saying, even though he doesn't say anything. You know what I mean? Just going to watch him go around on his out lap while I sort out the spectator settings, get a bit of telemetry on. We always want to know what these drivers are using. The ERS, the gears. Look at that. Look how he feathers the throttle through the middle sector. AMS. Oh, give me more of that. Oh, look at how he just hugs the curbs. Glides across. Like glazing on top of a cake. It's fantastic. Oh yeah, hits every apex. He will be the first to start the laps as the Racing Point boys also exit the pit lane. Alright, let's see what tyres people have fitted. A lot of super softs. Ollie on the hard tyres to watch AMS start his flying lap. The first of everybody to start his flying lap. And here we go then, going down into turn 1. It is a long run into turn 1, approximately 109 miles an hour before the 150 brake meter board. Oh, a lovely kiss of turn 1 and 2. Humps a lot of that curve on the exit. Oh, has a kick of oversteer, good old AMS. Going through the first sector. It's looking quite solid from him so far. As we see him just entering the second sector, yeah, he's a lovely smooth driver, good old AMS. He's been struggling, I think, in these 3 lappers we've been participating in. He has been struggling, but just getting to grips with the game. You know, he does run, I believe, no assists, so you know, it is very difficult to get to grips with it straight away. Oh, in 5th gear. Oh, like a pig through the middle sector, squealing. I can hear the rear tyres squealing. As there's yellow flags in sector 3, I think that's just drivers moving out the way as we watch AMS go through the grandstand section. You will be hearing me reference that a lot because that's the only part of the track I know. But here we are, the final corner. AMS, it's been quite a solid banker on the soft tyres. Here he goes across the line and it's P1. What a surprise. I think Lewis was the second driver out. No, he is not. We'll see a couple of drivers going across the line. Well, there's a Williams on the soft compounds of Game Freaker, whether he's on a lap or not. I believe he is actually. Game Freaker goes P2. Oh, fabulous lap. Well done, Game Freaker. That's where you're starting, mate. Obviously, only 2 drivers set a lap. I think Lewis in the Mercedes is the next driver to cross the line on the soft compound. A very interesting helmet from Lewis. And oh, CC Brain pops into P2 in the McLaren. Lewis does back out of that lap as TTG Poe goes pole position. Fabulous lap from him at 1:15.4. Just seeing McLaren's giving each other's tow. Cherry 2 Pine, CC Brain giving a bit of a tow. Just checking the middle sector to see if anybody else is on a lap. On the hard tyres, TTG Ollie. A bit of a risk, I think. I don't think he'll be qualifying. I think he wants to get to grips with the track. Like I say, through the grandstand section, Maxi Luca goes P2 with a 1:15.7 on the mediums. But it doesn't matter because Samster's gone pole position in that racing point with a 1:15.0 as he watches his teammate come across the... Oh, TTG Ollie spun! Coming into the pit lane, that is damage limitation. Luckily, he's not binned it. Let's watch the Red Bull of Ugi Azim coming to the final sector now. A hectic qualifying session. He's currently sitting P15 because he hasn't set a lap time. But here he is, the Rawalpindi Express, the bottle job himself. We do love a bit of Ugi Azim. Here he comes, across the line. Across the line. Ugi Azim P3, solid lap time. Still 4/10 off the pole lap, but fabulous lap time from Ugi Azim nonetheless. Just checking through the grid. Yep, CC Brain 7th, Maxi Luca, yep. Anybody else starting a lap? Louis, I think, backed off from his previous. I'm not sure if he's on one now. He is going to cross the line. No, he's just starting one. Salvers. Here we go, Toro Rosso, Jake attacks. He still hasn't set a lap time yet. Half the grid still hasn't set a lap time. So, you know, some people probably getting used to the track. Invalidations here, there, left, right and centre. As we see, Jake attacks. No, he's going very slowly. He's not on a lap. Anybody else on a lap? We're going to see Samster. I don't know if he's gone for another one. He's low on fuel. No, he's on a cool down lap. Rafa has squeezed it into P2 as well. I think everybody's coming back into the pit lane on a cool down lap or on an out lap. Duo Finn, from what I can see, is on an out lap. So he will be the first man to cross the line. Oh, bloody hell. We've got some funky helmet designs. I'll give people that. Some funky helmet designs going on. So I quickly just check my phone to log into the chat. Just a lot of people in the chat. Invites, please. P3, Q3. I'm not at my PS4. Good old Big C. So much understeer. People complaining of understeer. Cliffy, I'm finding the game quite fun, lol. Somehow I've hardly played and I've got pace. That's because you're on a pad, mate. Pad's OP. Even I'm on a pad. I'm OP. Anyway, as we go back to Duo Finn, I believe he's about to start a lap. He isn't an out lap. Oh, look at how he spins the rears up. It's majestic. It's like a unicorn. You just don't see that. Mystical from Duo Finn. I'm going to stay on board with him actually, because he is the first one across the line out of the runners, I believe, coming out of the pit lane. A couple of people getting a few drinks, I imagine. A few Capri Suns coming out as Duo Finn. Oh, very tight apex going into turn 2. Turn 3 was quite sweet from him. Gets the DRS open. Duo Finn currently sitting P19 because he hasn't set a lap time. Maxi Luca has retired from the session. I don't know if that's a mistake on his part. I did see yellow flags earlier in the session, but he might have just retired because he's done enough. He's had enough. You know, Mum might have called him for din-dins. We don't know. Good old Maxi Luca. Sitting pretty in P5 at the moment, but 7/10 off the best time. Samster looking the best of the rest at the moment, but Rafa, I think he hasn't set that on medium, so let's go. We've got yellow flags in sector 2 as well. I think that's just people moving out of the way. We'll stay on board with Duo Finn as he enters the final sector. Let's see what he's going to set. In the Williams, it's quite a nice car this year. I know last year it was a bit dirty, a bit disgusting to look at, Buddy Williams. Yellow flags in sector 3. More cars going slow, I imagine. Trying to get out of the way of this man, Duo Finn. And oh, massive amounts of oversteer from Duo Finn. He's lit the rear tyres up like a bonfire. And unfortunately for Duo Finn, he's going to have to pit. Luckily, he's right outside the pit lane, so he can go straight back in. As you see this man, 7-time champion. Little box crosses the line. That's not a valid lap time, so we won't go on board with that. But Big C, 019. He's not 19 years old anymore, Big C, are you? You're a bit of an old man. But no, this old man's got experience. That's all you need, good old experience. As he opens the DRS flap. As he goes into sector 2. Is he going to clip the apex? Oh, a bit late on the brakes. A lock up on stream, sliding round as Lewis gets out of his way. Big C, I imagine, in the zone as you see more drivers moving over with yellow flags. Here he comes. We're going to stay on board with the T-cam offset because you know, I don't think the cameras are very good around here. Like, what? That's quite a nice camera actually. But what's the other one showing me? The fucking floor? Exactly. Nothing, mate. Absolutely rubbish. Anyway, a bit wide on exit, going into the final sector. As I said, grandstand section, one of the most stunning parts of the track, probably the most stunning parts of the track, of this track, as Lewis gets disqualified from the session, so he will start last as Big C goes P2 with a 1:15.2 on the soft compound. That's actually very impressive from my good old friend of 7 years. Let's see who else is out. Oogie seems just about to start a lap, but I do believe there's other people going round very slowly. You just cycle through a couple of cameras. No, you're not activating DRS. No. A lot of people starting that. A lot of people on the mediums I've been noticing. No lap times notable really. Everybody said the same as Lambo does go P4. I don't think I mentioned that in the Haas, so welcome to Lambo. I'm going to go on board with Oogie Azim. I think Oogie Azim, if I can find his name, he's in P5 at the moment. He's not usually this high up the grid. Good old Oogie. With one of the most odd helmet choices for a Red Bull I've ever seen. it's like a children's colouring book. What's gone on there then? He's dropped the crayon. Oogie Azim. Yeah, the rubbish cameras. AMS. Oh, cars everywhere. It's like Rallycross. Oh, Jake-A-Tex. Oh no. Jake-A-Tex in the way of Oogie Azim on his lap, and Samster also gets compromised, as we will go on board with Samster on the medium compound. I feel a bit bagged for Oogie. There, he did get compromised in the middle sector. Jake-A-Tex just planting himself in the middle of the road. I don't know why he's doing that. But no, here we go. Samster on the medium compounds. He's already P1 on the softs. Is he coming across the line? No, he's entering the pits. What have you gone out for then, mate? You just going for a sight, a bit of a sightsee around Mexico? You want a bit of a fiesta? Anybody else round the lap? Oh, a bit of carnage in the pit lane. A lot of blockages. As we see Duo Finn on the hard compound. We saw him light up the rears coming out the last sector. And here he is, good old Duo Finn. No, he's just about to start a lap. Who's coming round? Oh, this man's coming round. Who's this man? Good old Bugatti. Bugatti Veyron. Algebra with all them numbers at the end of his name. Here he comes. No, he's not using any ERS. He's not on a lap, is he, Lewis? You donut. This man's using a lot of ERS, but a lickle blocks. He's done them hards for about 7 years. What's he crack-a-lacking with then? He's clearly not on a lap. This man, Lewis Welch, though. Or Welcher, should say. Comes into the last sector. It's very sluggish. He's got a lot of ERS. I don't imagine he's on a lap. Just cycling through. Seeing who's in and who's out. Cablo. He's got a lot of ERS as well. Go on board with Cablo, see where he is. Duo Finn obviously starting a lap. Oh, it's like dancing on ice, isn't it? Cablo. That Renault's not looking too planted under your feet. Big C's out on another lap on the mediums, just getting used to the track. I think some of these drivers are a bit rusty. Had a couple of days off. You know, getting their fingers all nice and warmed up, nice and lubricated for this Grand Prix. See drivers with no fuel going around. Bugatti's braking mid-straight, so don't think he's on a lap. Lickle blocks is still going round like a Ferris wheel. Doesn't stop, this man, just keeps going round and round and round. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Tex, the culprit in the Oogie incident. Obviously it is a social race, so it's not meant to be the most serious of races, but whether Oogie will get Tex a penalty, I do not know. It's not down to me, it's down to the stewards. But there is video footage. If Oogie would like to refer to the stream, there is footage on the stream. I'll stay on board with Tex for a minute because my thumbs are hurting. It's alright though, because Cliffy's just corrected me. I'm on a wheel. Well, you weren't last game, were you, mate? But yeah, funny that, lol. Laugh out loud. Sitting at home on your own, laughing out loud. Okay, Cliffy, you do you, mate. You can hear my voice, and I'm sure you'd want me to hear yours. Do you want an invite, Cliffy? You want to join the session? See how everyone's getting on? Tex P17, that's how he's getting on, mate. Still hasn't set a valid lap time as he locks up going into turn 1 in the Toro Rosso. Going through the pit, that must be invalid. He's absolutely sliced that apex. He sliced it like an onion. He's making me cry. Nobody in the final parts of the lap on a valid. Rafa, I think he's the nearest competitor. Let's get a bit of broadcast cam going. Here he comes, look at that. Look at that apex cam, beautiful. You see all the cutout fans. It's like Photoshop, brilliant. F1 2019, the number 35 crosses the line, Rafa. No improvements. That's because he's starting his lap now, Lewis. You absolute donut. You're not on a lap. Who's on laps? Who's not on laps? I'm sick of this. Cablo's backed off P14 at the moment, ahead of some top quality drivers. You know, Cablo, an F6 driver, I do believe, last year. So, you know, to put himself P14. But, mate, it doesn't matter. Tex, he was on a lap. I thought it was invalid, but he's gone P1 by 0.3 of a second. A 14.7 Tex. Wow. I would stay on board with Tex, but that Honda engine sounds like a Hoover. My Dyson vacuum has more flipping horsepower, let's be honest. But no, fabulous lap from Tex. There's only 2.5 minutes remaining and he's absolutely banged it out of the park. So well done to Tex. BC still out on the mediums. People on outlaps, Maxi Luca and TG Ollie starting 9th and 10th, even though they retired early on in the session. Obviously LR Lewis is last and where he belongs, at the back of the grid. I hope he stays there. As you see yellow flags in sector 1 and 2 for slow moving drivers. On the medium tyres, this Red Bull Racing of the bomb. He hasn't combusted his car yet. He's still going strong in P17. As more comments flood through all my adoring fans listening on the stream. As we see more yellow flags in sector 1. As we see sponsorships by Emirates on the side. Lovely. Emirates fly, whatever that says, it's a bit too quick. Yeah, I'm getting old. I'm only 19, but I'm getting old. My eyes are old. Been on this game too long. 2013. Oof, rubbish. But no, this is the pinnacle of qualifying as we see Cameron Anderson in the McLaren. On the medium compounds, he's P18. Good old Cameron Anderson. Or sorry, Cherry 2 Pi is he's also referred to. So we see a slow moving CC brain. Not a lot of those being used. Clearly not on a lap. Duo Finn is on a lap. Is there anybody at the end of the sector? There's Rafa. Come to the end of sector 2. No, he's not on a lap either. Outlaps, outlaps, outlaps. Too many people on outlaps. Suki seems slowed up. He's clearly not done very well. Just having a look through everybody. I think they're all starting their final lap with 40 seconds remaining. An absolute cluster on the Mexican qualifying sessions as Tex retires from P2 because Rafa's just banged it out of the park and gone P1. Rafa was on a lap. I do apologise, I'm missing some of these key laps from Rafa. Congratulations to him, P1 at the moment and does retire, but can anybody challenge? Is Samster on a lap? Samster is on the lap and he's in the middle sector, so we're going to stay on board with him because he is at the top of the leaderboard. Cablo retires from P15, comes through the last sector. Here we go. Cablo braking into 3rd gear from 8th gear down the straight, coming into the grandstand section, going all the way down to 1st gear. Seems a bit hesitant, probably not tuned with that racing point. Down to 2nd gear again as he comes through the last corner, accelerates hard. Oh, lot of oversteer and stays 3rd place. Anybody else any closer? Lambo's pretty close. Oogie Azim's pretty close. CC Brain, he's even closer. So we're going to go on board with CC Brain. Coming around the final 2 corners. He's currently in P8, CC Brain. Here he comes around the final corner in the McLaren. CC Brain, get the hammer down. No, he's going to the pit lane. Oogie Azim. Here he comes to the line. Oogie Azim's not messed up this lap. This looks pretty good from Oogie Azim. No, ran out of fuel. CC Brain in the pit lane. It was Lambo who was next. Lambo across the line, P7. Big C to the line, he's P4 at the moment. Big C goes P3 with a 14.7. Fantastic from the 7-time champion. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. Who's next? Lewis coming to the line on the medium compounds. He's 14th at the moment. Hugs the inside of the curb. I'm pretty sure that was P3. Oh my God, Lewis has gone P3 on the mediums. Well, wow. Okay. Let me just have a sip of my Red Bull. Not a sponsored stream, by the way. Just you know, Red Bull sugar free. If you ever want to hit me up for sponsors, GL Red Bull, sorted, mate. But yeah, as we run through the grid quite quickly, Rafa P1, fantastic performance. P2, Jacob Tex, another fantastic performance. Louis P3 on the mediums, brilliant. Cherry 2 Pie got P6 in the end from P17. On the mediums also, Big C P4, P5 Samster, 7th TG Poe, 8th Lambo, 9th Oogie Azim, CC Brain in the top 10, good performance for him. 11th Game Freaker, 12th Maxi Luca, 13th TG Ollie, and there's the rest of the grid because I've got no time left because people are eager to start the race. Whew. Well, you've really got to have some big lungs to do this. Whew, that was only qualifying, I'm already knackered. Can I have a rest? Start the race in another hour, I need a break. Got a bevy, anyone got Shandy? Need Shandy. Everybody loading in. It looks a bit cloudy here in Mexico. No fiestas outside, I don't think, this Grand Prix. Predicted rain maybe for the race, I'm unsure. Just going to have a look at my loyal supporters in the chat. Wommer, not as old as Connor, to be honest. God's sake, true Callum. Oh, Kerr 19 F1, 1 clean lap. So unstable this car. Callum Anderson, he doesn't have as much experience as Connor. Licking his arse now, Lamau. Oh, Pad OP. God's sake. Not licking Callum so far up. It can't see. But what? Excuse me. Wommer. Can you keep your comments to yourself, please? Ooh, disgusting behaviour. Callum Anderson, calm down. Callum, I can't calm down if you're on about me. I'm having a good time, mate. Oh, I don't know how people keep up with these messages. There's not even that many, and my brain's struggling to comprehend. Oh, as we just see from the streams, we get all the telemetry, and we don't need lap data. We don't need that. We don't need that. We want to see what tyres these people are on. A nice slow formation lap. So we're going to watch Rafa from the start. Actually, no, we're going to watch Jacotex from the start. Just running through the grid again. See who's on different compounds. We've got... How many people we've got on the hards? One person starting on the hards. TG Ollie starting on the hards in P13. That's a good performance with the hards. I don't know what Lappy did. I think he was on the hards initially when he went out in qualifying, if I do remember. But we've got... Pardon me. We've got Louis 03 on the mediums. We've also got Cherry 2 Pie in a beautiful 6th position. Yum yum. Give me more of that in P6. Also on the mediums, got Game Freaker, Maxi Luca, AMS, Bugatti, Cablo, Lickle, Duofin, The Bomb, and Lewis, or Laggy Person, this is also referred to, also on medium tyres. The soft runners, I nearly said super soft then, bloody FIA changing all the rules. Super soft runners are gonna have good pace, initial pace off the start line. I'm not too sure how long the tyres go, maybe 8 to 10 laps I would imagine in my head. So I imagine it'd be a 2-stop race around Mexico. But anyway, as we see everybody form up on the line, lovely and so. Look at that, look, you see that Mercedes in the back? Look at that, nice and slow. Too long, wasting my time, hurry up. Anyway, everybody's formed up on the grid, DHL sponsored. It's F1 Mexico Grand Prix 2019 social race, PSGL. Here we go. It's 1 red lights, it's 2 red lights, it's 3 red lights, it's 4, it's 5. Here we go for the start of the Mexican Grand Prix. Jake-Tex gets an absolutely fabulous start off the line. As we see Rafa also getting a quick start with the Mercedes of Lewis in P3, also going to be challenging for the lead. We see Big C not maintaining in 4th. He's actually moved down to 5th because of Samster. As we go into turn 1, here we go. Rafa's going to maintain the lead. Lewis obviously on the mediums, but Rafa's gone horrendously wide. Big C losing the back end there as well in P6, dropped a few positions. Rafa's gone all over the track, and it's Lewis and Jake-Tex for P1 at the moment. Just running down the grid, we've got position changes. Who's falling down? Oogie Azim falling down, and also Game Freak falling down. As we go on board with TG Pro, getting absolutely mugged there in 7th position. A bit of lag on the stream as you see. Oh, he's gone a bit wide. Maybe a tap from a VSR Lambo in the other Haas. As we move further down the grid, a lovely battle with Game Freaker and CC Brain going on for P9. Just moving down the grid, Cablo's also fallen a few positions. As you're going to stay at pace. Oh, neck and neck, the McLaren and oh, the Williams, they're all over the place. CC Brain trying to get past Game Freaker. Also on the medium compound tyres. Oh, it's an absolute cluster going into the final corner as Big C's lost another position to TG Pro. TTG Pro. Too many T's, too many G's. As Big C seems to be falling down the grid. Them softs clearly not up to temperature because of the slow moving Mercedes. We've got yellow flags in sector 3. I'm not sure who's gone off. As you see, Jake-Tex at the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on lap 1. Oh, yellow flags in sector 3. Oh no, Bugatti's at the back, Maxi Lucas at the back, Duo Fins at the back. Oh, it's horrendous. People in the pit lane, VSR Lambo having to make an early stop. Front wing change as well with the Haas just going back to the front as Jake-Tex has lost the lead to Louis on the medium compounds, and he's also under pressure from Samster. Oh, bloody hell. Where are my lungs gone? Here we go. Going into turn number 4. Bloody hell, get me turns right. Going to turn number 4. Jake-Tex all over the back of the Mercedes of Louis as he storms away in P1. Rafa initially having an absolutely horrendous start, just completely outbroke himself into turn 1. It's currently P4, so he has recovered a few positions. Big C, I think, biggest loser out of everybody at the moment. But as we just go on board with some of the leaders, Lewis just storming away. He's been quick on this game in some of the practice sessions, and look at him. He's an absolute beast. Just seeing Maxi Luca and Bugatti having a bit of a scrap going on. I think Bugatti, yeah, he's got end plate damage in that Alfa Romeo. Nearly said Sauber. Try and get used to these new names. Falling down the grid as we go back to the battle for first. Jake-Tex, it's nearly at second already, and DRS is not available as he sets fastest lap, obviously. Louis on the mediums though. This man's crazy. This man is going to be honestly crazy as Liquid Blocks loses a few positions to Cablo in P15 and P14. Let's have a look at some lap time data. No, we don't want to look at some lap time data because we don't care about lap times. Oh, right. Biggest gainers throughout session, Lewis. LR Lewis, 7 positions gained at the moment. As we see the likes of Big C, Cherry 2 Pi and TG Pro. TG Pro going for a move, bit of a dummy move on CC Brain. Oh, sorry, not CC Brain, on Cherry 2 Pi, the other McLaren. You know, these drivers, Cherry also made a position on the mediums, and oh, TG Pro, TTG Pro, blah, 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 blah. Too many T's, too many G's, I've said this before. Just clipping the back end of the McLaren. Don't know if he's got wing damage, but he's all over the back at the moment of a Cherry 2 Pi. Obviously on the better of the compounds at this stage. Whether the wear will increase rapidly, I'm not too sure. I haven't done some testing myself. Let's leave it to the more experienced and quick drivers to do all the testing. Just keeping on board with this battle. It's the closest one I can see for the moment. Only unless Samster can get past Jake-Tex. Looks a bit... Oh, yellow flags in sector 3. Don't know who's gone down. Sector 2 as well. Oh, 5 seconds. Severe collision with Liquid Blocks. Lewis. Some horrendous driving back there. I don't know what's happened with these two. Maxi Luca also going quite slow out of the final corner. Don't know if he's been caught up on it. Oh, Liquid's up to pit on the medium tyres. But here we go. Bugatti, Lewis and Maxi Luca. He's lost heaps of time. Good old Lewis has. Just changing. It's going to be 3 abreast into turn 1. Lewis going around the outside. Maxi Luca going defending the inside. Lewis has gone wide. Bugatti. No, it's a single file. Orderly queue. Even with the lost end plate. Bugatti's all over Lewis though. Here we go. For P15. Nowhere in the points. P15 round the outside goes Bugatti. Lewis shows in the outside, but no, brilliant driving from two drivers. Lewis, you need to concede that position. You've gone off the track. Brilliant driving from these drivers, even though there has been penalties already officiated, as Samster picks up a 3-second time penalty. As we just go back up to the front runners in an orderly queue at the moment. As we're just going to keep on board with Cherry 2 Pie because he's in a peculiar position of P5 in the mediums, so he will have better tyre wear towards the end of the first stint. But at the moment, I still think the super soft runners are going to have the better traction, the better drive out of some of these corners. So Cherry 2 Pie doing a fantastic job at the moment of sorting these guys out as Jacob Tex and Samster fight for the battle for P2. Jacob Tex he's actually doing a really good job on these super softs. Louis is just the master and is pulling away already 2.7 seconds. As we enter lap 5. But no, AMS has just taken CC Brain for P9 as well. We're going to stick on board with this battle though, because this is for podium positions at this point in the race. Jacotex lurking. Samster has picked up a 3-second penalty though, so he has been a bit corner cutty in that racing point. Yeah, I think that battle has fizzled out for the moment. DRS is enabled, so probably best to go on board with these boys. TTG Poe, Big C and Cameron Anderson, or Cherry 2 Pie is going to be the battle to watch. Game Freaker, considering he's not meant to be one of the top class drivers, you know, in terms of racing he's really good. In terms of pace, he's not exactly at the top level. He's in P8 in the Williams, so a fantastic job from Game Freaker. Gained 3 positions. AMS gained 5 into P9 as well. But yeah, this battle's heating up as we see Cameron Anderson. Oh, Rafa's made a mistake on them super soft tyres. Are they wearing out? Here we go, Cameron Anderson. Crossed the line using both of his names because, you know, Cameron Anderson is an established member of PSGL. As we see CC Brain fall down because he's gone into the pit lane. But what a fantastic move. Nice and simple with the DRS down the straight as Lewis picks up a 3-second time penalty. As we enter lap 6 of this race, Rafa might have a go back, but these supers, I think they're going. Big C's gears are stuck at the moment. A bit of a spectator glitch, I do believe, regarding internet. But Cherry 2 Pie up to P4, fantastic from him. Samster and Jacob still scrapping it out at the moment for P2. Samster looking a bit quicker, but Jacob looking cleaner, and that is what sometimes the races can be won on. Clean racing. Jacob Tex doing a fantastic job of keeping it on the circuit. As I say that, it does run wide and picks up a penalty. Shut up, Lordy. What you on about? Jacob Tex picks up a 3-second time penalty. It is a difficult track and his supers are gone. Oh no, Jacob Tex. I don't know what he's done, overheated them or just taking too much curb on exit a couple of corners. But Jacob Tex, they look finished. Absolutely finished. Just going through the order, this is the battle to watch out for. It's a high position battle with 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th on the line with the super soft. CC Brain picks up a 3-second time penalty as Big C and TTG Poe will get there in the end. Pit for tyres. I'm unsure what tyres. Let's just have a look for the moment. Oh, but it's hard to keep up with all these drivers. Lewis still storming ahead with Jacob Tex suffering. Oh, yellow flags in sector 2. I don't know what's in sector 3, sorry. I don't know what's happened there. Green flags have been waved, so I think it's just a slow moving driver. Big C, TTG Poe and a Big C rejoin 16th and 15th. Crucially, in clean air for TTG Poe and Big C clean air as well, but he has lost a lot of time, so maybe a front wing change for Big C. He might have just clipped the end plate. I'm not too sure, maybe a clutch misfire on that Ferrari. As we're on lap 7 at the moment, just watching a few of these battles. Cablo in P10 at the moment. Just check stops. Obviously you can see the drivers on the left hand side who've made one stop already, I should say. As we watch Cablo follow Oogie is in for P9. Just going to check the front runners. I imagine some of them will be coming to the pits. Samster has missed out. Jacob Tex is also staying out. Cameron Anderson Wilkes is on the medium compounds. But Rafa is also stayed out from my knowledge, a lot of these drivers feel that the super softs have more to give. Softs, sorry, apologise, the red mark tyre, softs to give. As Game Freaker with DRS assisted, will Rafa fight it? Game Freaker on the medium compounds doing a brilliant job, up into P5. I know people have pitted, but that's still fantastic from Game Freaker. Does get Rafa done and dusted, and Rafa won't have DRS because it's a double detection zone. Good old there, as Jacotex fighting with Cherry 2 Pie for P3. Cherry 2 Pie getting the job done with the chocolate branding on the back of that McLaren. Lovely. I fancy some chocolate. I need some sugar, mate. Boost me, what's it called, blood pressure. Oof, because it's pretty low at the moment. And it's starting to rain, I believe, on the screen. As, oh no, Game Freak picks up a penalty by a couple of other drivers, but has been doing a fantastic job on their mediums, but it's starting to rain. So maybe Jacotex, I know these softs are wearing out, but maybe it's a good strategy call to stay out because it is starting to rain here at Mexico. It did look dark at the start of the race, and it's starting to show. Louis does continue, and so does Samster. Samster looking very, very quick on them softs, it must be said. Just scrolling through the grid. AMS on the back of Rafa. He is going to get DRS. DRS is enabled for AMS. Is it going to be a routine move for AMS? It is a long straight with DRS, and he's also on the better compound at this current moment. Yeah, routine pass for AMS. He's going to get DRS again. I don't think Rafa can fight back. But let's go back to Game Freaker because he's all over the back of Jacotex. Here we go, Game Freaker for P4. Fantastic performance already. It is a net P4 as well. Here we go. Oh, beautiful move. Yeah, Jacotex has got nothing left. He's going to get absolutely mugged. He's going to get mugged as Ugi Azim comes out behind. CC Brain and Little Blocks. Also Bugatti. And oh, up the inside, the Ferrari. AMS dispatches Jacotex. The softs clearly don't have a lot of grip. And even in these tricky conditions, the CC Brain picks up another time penalty. And clearly in these tricky conditions, they're really not sticking to the track. The medium runner's smart, as Maxi Luca also picks up a 3-second time penalty. For obvious multiple warnings, corner cutting. Just going back to the leaders, Cherry 2 Pie all over the back of Samster. This is for net position because it is starting to rain, so the medium runners have done a master stroke. Samster's got no grip going into the final corner. Is he going to pit? No, he's not. He's staying out. It's still not wet enough on the track. DRS is enabled, so as soon as it's disabled, it must be wet enough. As Cherry 2 Pie clearly has a lot of grip. It's TG Ollie. Oh, Jacotex is pitted, and also Rafa. But going back to a bit of a routine pass, I think, for Cherry 2 Pies. Oh, Samster just can't get it stopped on these warm tyres. Oh, no. Can't get it stopped. Routine pass, just scrolling through the grid. Let's see where Jacotex feeds out. He was in P2, P3, I think. Cameron Anderson did pass him, and he is on the intermediates. Right. Intermediate tyre users at the moment: Ugi Azim, Bugatti, Jacotex and Rafa. They've gambled. I think they had to because the the softs, I will get there in the end, I promise. The softs have been absolutely horrendous. We've got yellow flags in sector 1 and 2. Don't know why that is. Oh, here we go. Slip and slide through the second sector, and Cablo's got absolutely no grip out there. Same with Lewis. I don't know how these drivers are keeping it on the racetrack. Maxi Luca up into P7 because of the pit stops. The hard tyres, TG Ollie also up into P6 as we see a fight with Game Freaker and Samster. Samster's got no grip. No, that's it. That Force India has got no grip whatsoever. Game Freaker up into net P3. Very, very, very impressive from Game Freaker. He is going to come into the pits. Samster staying out on the super soft tyres. I don't know what that call is there. As we just scroll to AMS, he's also got DRS. He's going to be battling for P2. Louis coming as well from P1 to fit a set of intermediate tyres. Cablo picks up a 5-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane as Samster. Oh, it's dancing on ice. It's dancing on water, and yeah, racing incident. Oh, he spun it back on track in front of his teammate. And yeah, game over, I think, for Samster. He's made the wrong call. The tyres are absolutely done. Ugi Azim retires from the race. Disappointing show from them two. Yeah, Louis all over the back of Maxi Luca as well, just going through. Just having a look at people who have stopped. Samster obviously hasn't. Lewis hasn't. Big C has, and he's on the dry compound, so Big C will need to make another stop. He looks pretty quick. He is in P8, and also he has overtaken Lambo, I do believe, because he was behind him. As TTG Poe, maybe internet issues, has rejoined but has lost bags of positions and is down in P11. I don't know if he will lose any more, maybe to CC Brain, but he hasn't pitted anyway. So it's gone horribly wrong for the Haas driver. Oh no, there's conditions catching people out. We're not really used to these tricky conditions because we've had no experience on the game. Just running through the order. AMS staying out. Cherry 2Pi also staying out on these soft compounds. Medium compounds, I should say. The dry compounds. Oogie team has left the session. Frustration, I think, for Oogie's team. As we see Lewis move up to P6, with Big C moving up to P7. People still staying out on the dries. So, Samson's come in. Bit of a horrendous showing. Wrong call. Should have pitted for Inters earlier, regardless, because his tyres were absolutely gone. But people staying out on the dries. This is very, very interesting. Flip a coin and it's not going to land on heads all the time, and that's exactly what's happened in this race. People unsure of the conditions, and to be honest, looking at both, everybody's struggling. Even the intermediate runners, it may be getting heavier rain, but people struggling on the intermediates. Everybody seems to be coming in at the moment. As we see yellow flags in sector. Oh, virtual safety car. The bomb has binned it. Where has the bomb binned it? I knew it was sector 2. Or we're going to get a glimpse from Duo Finn's perspective. He's 43 seconds off the bomb. So no, we're not. And oh my god, a virtual safety car. So this will help. I don't even know who it will help. Who will this help? Anybody? Oh, 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings for Bugatti under the virtual safety car as we go green here in Mexico. DRS has been disabled. There we go. There's the alarm bells. People have already pitted though. There's yellow flags in sector 3. People spinning off left, right and centre. That's a Toro Rosso spinning off. That's Maxi Luca. Maxi Luca. Oh no, he's going to be cutting corners left, right and centre. Oh, it's a horrendous showing. Big C, Maxi Luca neck and neck going into the pit lane. Big C having to concede, and also the Haas as well. Oh no. Is anyone going to do a D'Ambrosio and spin in the pit lane? If it was possible. As we see Game Freaker, who's coming out of the pit lane? That's AMS. AMS has done an absolute masterstroke in this race, but he's out behind Game Freaker. But crucially, has fresh intermediate tyres. Samson moving up to P6 after the spin with Cherry 2Pi, I believe it was, or was it Game Freaker? I'm not too sure, can't remember. I've got short-term memory loss. So let's see where Big C filters out. Maxi Luca must have lost a bit of wing. Yeah, he must have lost a bit of wing. Big C does filter out in P10, so he's still in the points, even though he's made 2 stops. Same with Lambo, but Lambo, crucially, has jumped him in the pit stops. Big C has been criticised for his wet weather pace before, but just having a look through the grid, let's have a look at the gainers and the losers and the gainers. And as you can see, a lot of red in that mid half of the top 10 and the lower half. Ooh, a lot of red. Missed calls as we watch Rafa skid his way through the second sector on cold intermediate tyres. Maxi Luca picks up another penalty. A lot of penalties in this race, must be said. Here we go. Oh no, it's absolutely treacherous. It might even be wet tyres. But anyway, going back to gainers and losers. AMS, TTG Ollie, Cherry 2Pi and Game Freaker. Has to be said, Game Freaker, what an absolute masterstroke from him. You know, F4 driver last season and F3, and he's battling with the likes of F1 and F2 drivers, and look where he is, P3. Fantastic showing from him. He is only 4 seconds off Cherry 2Pi, who's also classed as an AOR F2 driver I should say, and also an F1 driver in PSGL. So Cameron Anderson, not a lot to snuff at. And Louis, well, I think the gap says it all really. 15 seconds is an absolute... he's blitzed it. Nothing more to say. Absolutely blitzed it. AMS is 1 second behind. 1 second behind Game Freaker. We will go back to that in a minute. Just having a look at Lickle Blocks, struggling with the no assists, it has to be said. You know, former F1 driver, wants to move down because of the no assist, but he is giving it his go and giving it his best, so we won't criticise him too much. Tries to go down the inside, but the conditions are absolutely horrendous. Cablo, after having a spin, is P12. Big C picks up a 3 second time penalty. No surprise with these conditions, it is a tricky circuit. Yellow flags in sector 2. Oh no! TTG Poe. Disconnection. It does believe his car's in the middle of the circuit. It just seemed Bugatti drive past him, nearly into the back of him. But yeah, unfortunately for Poe, he's left the session. I don't know what's happening there, but he will be finishing with 0 points in this social. Unfortunate for him. Was in good positions early on in this race. As you go back to the top, Ollie, another TTG, and AMS, as we see yellow flags in sector. Bugatti's out. DNF. Bugatti's hit the wall somewhere as well. Drivers getting flustered under these weather conditions. Just watching AMS, you see him fighting, wrestling the car. Going into sector 2, as you see Jacotex Rafa. I think Samster's lost it somewhere. Yeah, yellow flags in sector 1. Samster has lost it. Jacotex is up to P6 and Rafa's up to P7. Still the losers. Oh no! Oh, what have I just watched? That's not what you like to see. Oh, Samster, he was P2 or P3, I believe, in the standings, and he's absolutely kamikazed that across the track. So yeah, unfortunate there to see that. Yellow flag sector 2. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a virtual safety car, but this game is dodgy. Not too sure yet. Hasn't been out for too long. But no, that's not what you like to see. Samster frustration, as I said, getting the best of some drivers, and he's binned it in the wall. Game Freaker and AMS having a crucial battle in the last sector. Oh, they're neck and neck. Look at this. Game Freaker fighting for his life, tooth and nail through that last corner. He's fair driving, to be fair. Here we go. It's a three-way battle. There's no DRS activated, remember, but there's a lot of ERS at the disposal here. I was going to watch from AMS's perspective. No, we're not. We're going to watch from TG Ollie's perspective. It's AMS. Oh, look at that. Is Game Freaker going to launch it down the inside? Oh, he's launched that. He's launched that. AMS. He don't know where the braking zone is. He's gone to Mars and back. No, AMS, don't do that. Ooh, we saw Samster make that mistake earlier in the race, but Game Freaker holds on. Don't know how much longer, though, because Ollie has come in here. Here he comes. 3. Oh, that's a good camera angle. 3 wide as we enter the second sector of the lap. A sharp left-hander as it's going to be a fantastic move. That racing point can get the inside, and he can. And AMS is not going to have any of that. Oh yeah, there we go down the inside. Oh, neck and neck. Game Freak is not giving up, but unfortunately has to give up the ghost as the racing point of Ollie moves into P3 with some fantastic calculated manoeuvres. He waited for them two to fight. They made mistakes in front of him, and that's fantastic from Ollie there to take P3. Game Freaker, the loser in all of this situation, moving down to P5. Still a respectable position, so he shouldn't be too disheartened by that, and he will get slipstream also at the end of this. But look at this, there's cars everywhere. There's Duo Finn having to get out of the way because of blue flags. It's going to be a 5 car train at this rate. Everybody just farming slipstream up one another. Here we go. But round 2 of this 3-way battle with Game Freaker get a good exit. Will AMS get a good exit? Here we go, going down into turn 1. It's a long pit straight, if I've said, as people DNF left, right and centre. I think Tablo and Maxi Luca are out of this race as well, giving up. AMS doesn't seem to have the pace. Everybody moving to the inside because of the spray. You know, I need the white visor. Felipe, baby, calm down. You know, we'll get you the white visor. Don't know why Rob Smedley sounds foreign, but anyway. Going into sector 2, Ollie has pulled probably a comfortable gap to AMS. I think AMS has got to watch what's behind him more than in front of him, because he is the trully train at this moment in time. Game Freaker looking mighty in that Williams. A nice colour coordinated train, as we see a Ferrari, a Williams, a Racing Point, a Toro Rosso, a Renault, and I think that is a McLaren in the background. If I'm not mistaken, no, it's a Haas. A Haas in the background, but no. Single file as we march through the second sector. AMS picks up a 3-second time penalty. These penalties are crucial for the final standings of this race. It's only lap 18. I really am debating why I'm here. Nah, I'm only joking. It's fun and games, isn't it? Bit of a social, bit of an experiment. As watch the Toro Rosso of Jacob Tex. Had a bit of a shocking first stint on them soft compound tyres, but he's back in the mix now. Here's a quick driver good old Jacob Tex. He's grasped this game very quickly. But here we go, the 5-car train going down to turn 1. There's yellow flags in sector 3. I don't know who's spun. We're going to quickly have a glance. No, not too sure. Back to the 4-way battle, I think, because Ollie's pulled a gap. Oh, he's going to have a look at the Toro Rosso. Oh, that's late. That's late from Jacob Tex, but he's nailed the apex. Game Freak are going to have the inside for the next turn, but it's a sharp right-hander onto the back straight. Jacob Tex fighting for his life in that Toro Rosso. The Honda engine, like I said, the Hoover of this racing league, as we're watching the Renault's perspective of Rafa. Game Freak tried to switch to the inside, nearly clouds into the back of the Toro Rosso. As Rafa, nice and slow, calculated. I think he'll have a bit of a bite of the cherry. And I don't mean cherry 2 pie. He'll have a bite of some of the cherries as lap 19 is upon us. We're just going to quickly scroll through the field. Big C, not under pressure yet. A bit of a buffer to Lambo. Lambo looks like he's catching the group of cars ahead. Lewis and Big C could be a crafty battle to watch at the end. Latter positions, Durafin in no man's land. Liquor Blocks in no man's land. CC Brain's got more penalties than I've got hair follicles on my noggin. So we won't be viewing them free for a while. Obviously we know what tyres are all on. They're all on intermediate tyres, as we see Ollie pick up a 3-second penalty for warnings. Too many warnings in this league. Too many warnings. Anyway, ignore my harmonious singing voice. Whew, I need a break. As we come down the long straight, again the pit straight, as Game Freaker is going to be under pressure again. Jacob Tex not close enough, I think, to have a nibble at AMS's cherry, as they do go single file into here. We are going to stay on board with Jacob Tex because he does look the quickest out of this group of cars on the track at the moment. AMS seems to be struggling. Oh, he's bogged down. Oh, he's missed a gear shift or something there. AMS, Jacob Tex is now side by side with the Ferrari driver. Going to go on board with AMS. Oh, Jacob Tex has missed his braking point though. AMS round the outside. Is he going to hold the position? We've got a nice camera angle. Yes, he is. Jacob Tex just couldn't get it stopped. Oh. Yeah, very good defending from AMS. Thought he bogged down in the middle of the straight. Maybe not using a lot of ERS. He's on 98%. 89% I should say, not 98. 89% at the moment. Well, 94 now. And he is holding on for dear life. Good old AMS, but he is a solid, clean driver, or he has been in this game so far. A tough customer to get past good old AMS. Coming to the last sector. Look at this train. This is getting juicy. Come on. Come on, Lambo. Come on, Big C. Get closer. Look at this train. The trolley train. And who is Jarno Trulli? It's the one, the only AMS, holding everybody up at the moment. Even though they are going at lightning speeds around this track, AMS is the cork in the bottle. The red scarlet cork in the bottle. Good old AMS, the number 81, as he glistens through turn number 1, 2 and 3 with that scarlet red Ferrari. The prancing horse. Looks more like a horse with 3 legs at the moment with these tricky conditions. But no, doing a solid job in P4. 10 positions gained, same with Ollie, doing a solid job. Like I say, single file as Rafa touches tips with with Game Freak going into the second sector. You know, a lot of right-handers in this sector. I imagine the muscle memory, the bicep, the right bicep, getting a good workout on for some of these wheel users. Here we go, Rafa, the following game. To be fair, Game Freaker, he's not doing a bad job. He's not really losing time. AMS, like I said, the cork in the bottle, especially for Jacob Tex. Ollie is pulling away. Cablo has left. He's had enough. See you later. Adios, amigo. As we continue to watch the battle for P4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably not 10 and 9 yet, but they're coming. We've got an absolutely beautiful view from the Jack Jones sponsored Haas, the Rich Energy Haas of Lambo. He's caught this train beautifully. ERS has been deployed to the max. It looks Lambo, oh, nice and smooth, gets on the power really early. Good old Lambo. Rafa's dropped off the back of Game Freaker, and Oh, Jacotex is pitted. Interesting move from Jacotex. Feels that he is being compromised by AMS, and I do have to agree with him. Whether it's a smart choice to pit now, I don't know if it will pay off. But yeah, AMS, the cork in the bottle, as it's been reiterated time and time again, the Scarlet cork. But it doesn't look like he's the only cork. Game Freak are also lagging a bit behind AMS as we watch Rafa enter Sector 2. Oh, that Haas! Look how much he's gained in the braking zone. I thought he'd messed it up. Gets sucked in like a vacuum. Slurped into the back of that Red Bull. That's not a Red Bull, Lewis, that's a Renault. Slurped into the back of that Renault's gearbox. As Lambo is now joining this train, Lewis is also on the back of Big C. I see in the distance. Look at the mist coming up from the back of these cars. Oh, visibility must be at the minimum for these drivers going through the middle sector. I don't know how they do it. The number 24, but Lambo picks up a 3-second penalty. He's not going to have a go into the last sector. Surely not. He is. He's going to have a nibble. Oh no, but Rafa covers the inside beautifully. Fantastic move from Rafa. Defending from Rafa, I should say. Just going to have a look at the leaders. A bit boring up front, but you know, Lewis 19 seconds ahead of your boy Cherry 2 Pie, Fabulous P2. Bit boring from these guys. Ollie seems to have pulled a bit of a gap. Game Freaker picks up a 5-second penalty because he's entered the pit lane and speeded. So Game Freaker opting for a new set of intermediate tyres as well. We will just clarify they are on intermediates. Yes, they are. As we just cycle through some of these drivers, AMS gaps forming now. Lambo's still not got past Big C. And Lewis having a bit of a scrap. Jacotex and Game Freaker. Game Freaker has come out behind. There is Duo Finn, but he is a lap down and in no man's land, so we won't be going on board with him. CC Brain also in no man's land. Lickle Block's nowhere to be seen either. But as we say, Jacotex and Game Freaker, it might be a good strategy. Jacotex does look quick in the wet. Game Freaker not too shabby as well. But we're going to see Lewis and Big C having a feisty battle. I've just missed that overtake going through Sector 2. Big C, like I say, not the most experienced in the wet weather conditions, and it looks like Lewis has been unleashed. Been unleashed, like a Monster energy drink when you crack open the can and you just see the mist come out the top, the pure toxic chemicals in them drinks. And I drink them because I'm stupid. And speaking of stupid, Lewis, the saltiest of club players, needs a bit of salt, a bit of a gritter on the racing line. Look at all that moisture just lubricating the racing line for these drivers as we see yellow flags in Sector 3. I don't know who's gone off. Maxi Luca, oh, he's called it a day, left the session. Oh no, it's Ollie. What's happened to Ollie? He's in net P3 and he's absolutely binned it. Oh no. Oh no. Ollie, where's he binned it? It must be on the straight. He's binned it coming into the pit lane. As you see, AMS pit for intermediate tyres, and Jacotex and Game Freaker. And oh, there's commotion in the pit lane. Rafa's been held. I don't know what's happening. What is going on? Is he a glitch? A glitch. AMS has been. Oh my god. AMS has dropped to 10th. And Lewis is coming in the pits and Rafa. What the blooming hell's happened there then? Commotion at the Mexican social race. We're down to 12 drivers. There's yellow flag Sector 1 and 2. Big C's out the race. What's happened? What's going on? People are dying left, right and centre. Going into Sector 1 and 2, so it's happened right here. Can we catch it from Lewis's perspective? There's the stricken Ferrari. Has he left? Has he retired? What the? He must have got damaged. There's no front wing on that Ferrari, is there? Can we just get no, there's no front wing. Something's happened. Nickel blocks in points positions. Oh my, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Lewis has just picked up a penalty. That's what I know for a fact. But this race has just been thrown for a loop as Lambo pits. We're going to go on board with him just to see where he comes out. Hope there's no complications with Lambo going through the pit lane. Big C has left the session. Oh dear. So we're down to 11 runners in this race. Game Freaker overtaking Lambo. Lambo come out ahead of CC Brain. CC Brain's in 6th. In no man's land, CC Brain, and look where he's come out. Let's just check the stops of some of these drivers. All two stops apart from Lambo. Cherry 2 Pie is only on a 1 stop. And guess what? Lewis has pitted again for fresh intermediate tyres. Cherry 2 Pie said, you know what? I've got good tyre wear, mate. I'm going to take P1 from you. Seems a, I don't know, unnecessary strategy call. Cherry 2 Pie is guaranteed second place if he doesn't make a mistake. But maybe he's bored. And I wouldn't see why. But no, it comes into the pits the second lap for a nice new set of boots. Lewis regains the lead of the race. Cherry 2 Pie pits for another set of intermediates. Everybody on track just cycling through. Game Freaker lost a bit of time to Jake Tex. CC Brain not too far off Lambo, but Lambo has pitted for a new set of intermediates. Game Freaker looks like he's struggling. As we oh, pressing too many buttons, Lewis. Calm down. Just going through. AMS was P3, and I saw 3 cars going slow. I think it was Rafa Lewis and AMS. Some pit lane commotion regarding Ollie. I think he's binned it coming to the pit lane, and it's just corrupted the game file, and nobody's known what to do. Duo Finn is in, like I said, coming into a new set of boots. He's 1 minute 23 seconds behind the lead. So behind Lickle. So he's a couple of laps down. Poor old Duo Finn at the back. Not too much happening. CC Brain, I think, on an old set of intermediate tyres. Just having a look at the gaps. AMS, Lewis and Rafa look the closest at the moment. And Game Freaker and Lambo for P4. I'll cycle through these battles as quickly and as proficiently as I can, but they're not close enough yet. It is obviously tricky conditions, as you can see, and from my perspective there's not a lot of action regarding overtaking. Some glitches I think in the game, I'm not too sure, but you know, what can you say? Just having a look at the chat. Is DRS still available? I'm a bit half an hour late on that. No, it's not. It's disabled. Racer wants his pit. Not too much commotion in the chat for a while, actually. I might add some comments on myself. I don't blame him for not watching. There's yellow flags in sector 3 and I've completely missed it. Lewis has absolutely binned it somewhere on track. Maybe just having a look through some of the comments been said in this chat. Not too much going on, as Lambo finally gets past Game Freaker, but Game Freaker's not going to let it go easily. This is for net P4 if the drivers still have any ambitions. He does want that P4, good old Game Freaker. Oh, the rear end, it's like a dog. Oh no. Lambo dispatched, well and truly dispatched, I think. As AMS has dropped off Rafa, Lewis has binned it in the last sector, so he won't be picking up anything in this social race. Unfortunate, was doing alright. Bit of commotion at the start, I do believe, but here we go. Cycling through the grid, Cherry 2 Pie picks up, and oh no, Game Freaker! Net P5 becomes another culprit in this social race. CC Brain up to P5 as Rafa takes P6, and see, oh no, poor Game Freak, who's doing so well. Conditions clearly changing to heavy wet. Maybe soon. It does look like some of these drivers. He was on fresh intermediates, he only pitted a couple laps ago. So Game Freaker, another victim of these conditions. Whew. How is there 9 laps left for this race? I am hot. I am sweaty. Whew. Some information you probably didn't need to know. Let's just go on board with Lewis. This man has led most laps in this race and has passed Duo Finn again. For I think the 4th time he's lapped Duo Finn. I just wanna see the master at work. He's not been flawless. I have seen a few penalties, but so is everybody at the moment. not too much to say really. He's had a pretty dominant race. Same with Cam. P2, 13 seconds gap back to Jacotex. Jacotex had it all to play for, and obviously strategy calls probably not the best. Qualifying has decided the outcome for a lot of these drivers who are still left in this race. CC Brain for the 18th time has picked up a penalty. AMS has also picked up a penalty. Gamefricker still in P9. He will still finish ahead of Duofin if it stays the same and stands like this. Everybody guaranteed points. Unfortunately, it's a social race, so points mean absolutely jack. Oh, luckily it's only a social. We've got a mixed bag. CC Brain Pits from P5 for a new set of intermediates. A mixed bag of driver quality and driver talent tonight, and to be honest with you, everybody seems a bit lost through Mexico. Maybe Mexico's a bit tricky on this game for some people. Maybe Mexico is just one of them tracks that nobody really wants to practice at, and to be honest I don't blame them. It's a bit of an off track, isn't it? A lot of history here at Mexico, but I think less history needs to be mentioned, to be honest. It's not one of the favoured tracks. Not on the calendar for the upcoming seasons in PSGL. It will be in Season 2, I do believe. Also missing out, I do believe, is Monaco. Russia. It's just some of the tracks I can think of off the top of my head missing out. We've got some lovely European tracks of Germany, the Hockenheim Ring, Silverstone. We've got Paul Ricard as well as AMS. Absolutely. Oh, 4th gear. Go on, rev it more. Go on, get to 13,000 revs. Look at that. Look at the revs from CC Brain. Oh, he doesn't know when to change gear. But the main thing is, he's still in this race, unlike some of the drivers. You know, look at the talent on the stream. If you're watching, just look at the talent that has unfortunately exited the Grand Prix due to some laggy issues or some shocking driving. Game Freaker, the 7-time champion. Laggy person, F4 dominant for half a season. Cablo, F6 driver, Maxi Luca, the one-shot wonder, Maxi Luca. We've got Samster, 16th. He looked very, very quick, it has to be said, but just bottle job, it seems. Duo Finn in 9th. I don't even know what league Duo Finn used to race in F1 back in the day. Was my teammate in the Williams back in the day, but he's fallen from grace. Good old Duo Finn, good mate of mine though. As CC Bro picks up another penalty. Rafa, solid performance. Probably could have done a bit better. Had a few moments, I think, during this race. Jacotex also had all the cards in his corner. Had all to play for in that P3, so it's still a good, strong performance. But I think if people hadn't binned it, Jacotex wouldn't have been as far up the grid. Sloppy strategy calls from the Toro Rosso garage that have cost Jacotex this Grand Prix. The man himself, Cherry 2 Pie, you know, restart, won't be wanting a restart this time around because he's in P2. But then again, Big C has crashed out and he's not having a good race, so we might restart. You never know, mate. Mr. Restart, having a fabulous performance, it must be said. In P2, he's dominated that second position, but there's one man we need to just, even before the race has ended, because if he bends it now, he's the biggest bottle I've ever seen in my entire career, and that's saying a lot. We've seen last lap crashes, we've seen championship bottles, including myself in these insults. But no, this man Lewis, he's been dominant in the practice sessions, he's been dominant in the 5 lappers if you care, and it looks like he's going to be dominant in this social race as well. 23.7 seconds back to second place as CC Brain picks up another penalty. Can we just disqualify it? Disqualify this man. He needs disqualifying. You know, just set some nails out on the track, puncture his tyres, get that man off the track. He can't use the track, limit, so get him off. Too many penalties for CC Brain in P8. Duo Finn, I don't think that 3 seconds are going to matter because he's about 3 minutes off. P8, I should say. Just cycling through, everybody spread out. It's like a Sunday drive, bit of a leisure walk around the marina. You know what I mean? Take your little poodle out or whatever you got, Shih Tzu or whatever they're called, Rottweiler, whatever dog you got, Labrador. Take them for a little stroll around the marina. You know, probably not marina weather. Looking at the track at the moment. But, just take them out for a lovely Sunday walk. Maybe get an ice cream on your way. You know, the weather is a bit humid here in the United Kingdom, in Burton, good old Burton, where I'm from, Burton. If you ever want to come to Burton, then feel free. You've got the likes of me and Ashley Beard, who you won't even know who that is, and the likes of Burton. But yeah, ranting on about leisurely walks on Sundays. It's a Wednesday and it's a social race. And I'm tired. I'm falling asleep. I'm not even joking. I'm falling asleep. The only thing that's keeping me awake is the amount of race control penalties that are being dished out left, right and centre. Lambo picks up a 3-second time penalty. The only person quick enough to do a 3-stop and actually be in a good position. Big C would have been up there as well, I do believe, with unfortunate strategy calls earlier in the race. But yeah, no action happening at the moment. Everybody spread out. 5 seconds, 15 seconds, 24 seconds, you name it. My lungs have expired. I've got a headache. I need a diazepam, or a cocodamol, or ibuprofen. I'll give you 20 quid if you don't use Google and you can spell all them names out in the chat. And I won't give you 20 quid because you're not getting my bank account details, so it's a lot. CC Brain, race control having a field day with CC Brain, another 3-second penalty. That man just keeps on giving. He's like Santa. You want presents, he's got them in his sack. Good old CC Brain dishing out the presents. Race control having a field day. Oh. CC Brain spreading his seed all over the racetrack. Let's go on board with CC Brain actually. I want to see him. I want to see where he's picking up these penalties. If we go on board with it, come on, we're sick of this camera angle. Let's have a... Actually no, we're going to go on board with this camera angle so we can see every corner he cuts. That's a nice apex there, going into sector 2. What's a nice apex there? Maybe I've jinxed it. Maybe he's going to have an absolutely fantastic lap now. Good old CC Brain. The man with the plan. The German Schnitzel. He's got Frankfurters for days. This man has. He's going to start his own sausage business. Good old CC Brain. Any more German puns I could use? The Berlin Wall was knocked down because of CC Brain. He was the culprit. He knocked him down himself with his massive biceps. CC Brain. With his F1 talent. He's... Oh, God. Oh, he's in third gear going to the last corner. Clearly wants to keep the revs to a minimum in these slippy conditions. A lot of ERS being deployed down the straight. Good old CC Brain. Oh, God. Doesn't this just make you happy, watching this man go around the track? Is he going to hit the apex? Of course he is. This man doesn't miss an apex. Look at him. He's cut the corner again. Oh, CC Brain. Who else do we want to go on board here? I've had enough of CC Brain. Said his name too many times. Let's go on board with Corrupt. Here he is. Corrupt in net P6. Bit of a commotion in the pit lane. I think cost him a higher position. Was a bit of a solid drive from Kerr. But at the moment, rocking the yellow and blue helmet, it seems. Mustard. Like Heinz mustard. You know the label? Or Heinz mayo. Yeah. That blue label they got on the front. Or salad cream. I love a bit of salad cream. Especially with Kerr. Slather a bit of salad cream over Kerr. Yum yum. As we see him come around the final corner. P6, as I said before, at the moment 17 seconds off this man Rafa Benitez. He walked out on Newcastle, good old Rafa. Poor Newcastle. Relegation as lickle blocks. Speeds in the pit lane. Not like it matters because Duofin is nowhere near him. A change in position though. P7's for CC Brain. Oh, fantastic drive from CC. Probably going to lose it, the amount of penalties he's got. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Rafa. The Twitter beef with myself. Calling me rubbish. You know what, Rafa? I agree. I am washed up. Just like this Mexico track. Washed up. Oh, the E-Tech steering wheel. Undulating through every corner. But no, Rafa. He's a quick driver. Did bottle it on turn 1. Was leading the race until turn 1. The shortest ever Grand Prix lead, I think, out of any in PSGL history. Overtook somebody for turn 1. I don't know if he was P1 Sebastian. No, he's not P1, it's P5. CC Brain has been disqualified from the set, receiving multiple penalties. Good riddance. Bye bye CC Brain. Couldn't even last as Lewis overtakes him. Oh, CC Brain. Penalty after penalty after penalty. Oh, race control. I've had enough. Get that man off. Get that man out. That man voted Brexit. Isn't that right, CC? Don't even live in the country and you voted Brexit. Oh. There's literally nobody in the race. I've got 8 people to choose from. Duofin and Lickle are nowhere, so there's no point. AMS is... Lambo's catching Jacotex, but it's the final lap of the race. So, I'm going to have a parade lap because we know who's going to win. It's going to be this man. Even if he spins out now, he's got 28.6 seconds to recover. And Lewis Welch, like squelch. Squelching round the circuit with his wellies on. Look at them green wellies. Squelching round the circuit. Good old Louis. 28-second lead. 2 stops have been made. The Mercedes. It's a Lewis Hamilton dominant performance, isn't it? A car fitting for a man of his calibre at this moment. Who can stop him? Nobody knows. He's been supreme in pretty much every session I've seen him in. He's a good lad, good old Lewis. And here he comes. The last sector into 4th gear. Shifts down. Does cut the corner a bit. But we won't go into that. Through the grandstand section. The fireworks are going off. The confetti's going off. The crowd's absolutely soaking because they've come on a Wednesday evening to the track. And here we go. Lewis Welch across the line, and he's had no competition the entire race to win the Mexican Grand Prix. And this man, Cameron Anderson, 29 seconds back. But it's been an absolutely beautiful performance from this beautiful man. Don't even know if he's classed as a man yet. Pretty sure he's 17, so he's a boy. So probably shouldn't be calling him beautiful. But anyway, I'm 19 myself, so don't worry about it. The crowd gives him an absolute standing ovation. A nice helmet, actually. Oh, nearly loses it. Nearly bottles it on the last corner. No, I'm joking. Cameron Anderson, brilliant performance for a P2. Jacotex, bit of a shaky start on them soft compounds, all over the place, and all over the place indeed throughout the entire race as Jacotex comes across the line to take a P3. Lambo deserved P4 after the incidents he's had during the race with the pit stops and the calamity in the pit lane. Rafa Benitez with his beer belly and his receding hairline with his E-Tech steering wheel comes across the line in the Renault. Sorry, no, the Renault. Alain Prost, he's going wild. Oh no, he's lost it. Has he died? No, he's not died. He's still alive. And he takes P5. AMS corrupt. The biggest cheat. I'm joking. AMS loyal man. Biggest cheat on the GL side. He's going to slow down, so I'm not going to watch him, mate, to be honest. I'm going to watch Little Blocks. Wants to do a few donuts, mate. We don't want to see donuts. Just cross the line. I want to go home. I want to go to sleep. Cross the line. Yeah, good. And as Little comes home, P4 and P8 was Duofin. We're not going to have any podium interviews because I'm sick of it. I don't want to hear from these men. I'm sick of it. Look at that jumpsuit in the wet. But no, it's been an absolutely dominant performance from these two on the podium, Cameron Anderson and Lewis Squelch. Good old Squelchy boy. Yeah, go on, make the track even more moist. Yeah, go on, sprinkle that champagne, spray it in his face. Yeah, blind him from the next race. Go on. Yeah, good, good, good. Half of these drivers can't even drink, not even above the age. So it would be water or sparkling fruit juice. Capri Suns for the people on the grid. On the podium, I should say. But no, I get some XP for spectating for a good hour and a half. And penalties galore, as you can see. Tricky conditions getting the best of some of these drivers. But no, not the best race, it has to be said. A lot of action mid-way through, a lot of action at the start. Hard to keep up. But I think people have had enough. And you know what? I've had enough of these drivers. I don't want to see any of you for at least another week. I need a therapy session. Anyone want to come around and massage me? Give me a bit of therapy? Because I need it. But no, congratulations to the top 3. As you see, there wasn't even 10 finishers, so I'm not even going to go through the top 10. But fantastic performance from everybody. From absolutely everybody. Everybody did a great job. Do you know why? Because they turned up. They turned up. You know the people who didn't turn up? You know the people that signed that petition form and didn't turn up? Shame on you. Because I could have had your seat. I could have been racing tonight. And I could have bottled it. But anyway, there won't be any podium interviews because it's only a social and I can't be asked. But I hope you've enjoyed. Not the most entertaining of Grand Prix. I hope I've kept you entertained for the next hour and 40 minutes or however long the stream has been going. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in. Thank you to Mr. McDonough, Mr. Human Fish and Mr. Tej. Just give a mention to Tej, why not? For allowing me to do this stream on the PSGL channel. We will be live at some point during the next week and later this week due to evaluation races, placing people in the leagues that they deserve, and by judging by the social race, a lot of people will be getting relegated. But anyway, I've been Lordy Boy, or Lordy-MK as I'm known as now, and this has been the Mexican social race. I hope you all have a good evening, take care and stay tuned. We'll keep you updated. See you later.